Hello, my name is Keelan Lee, and I want to thank you for taking the time out to listen to me speak. I am here to speak on Kanye West and why I believe he's a cultural pioneer. To me, there is only one person in the world who can command as much attention as Beyonce can, and I believe that person is Kanye West. With his 8 hugely successful albums, he has entrenched himself in history as an icon and as a superstar. He paved the way for many artists by using different and experimental sounds and concepts in his music. He popularized soul sampling and pushed many producers to work on their craft and improve. Because of this, I believe he is a cultural pioneer in music. Actually, I think that Kanye West might be more than a musical pioneer. According to Webster, a pioneer is a person or group who originates or help open up a new line of thought or activity or a technical development. Kanye West has worked in many different lanes of culture and has impacted them all so individually and incredibly. So I can confidently say that Kanye West is a cultural pioneer. To really know Kanye, you have to look in his past. Kanye West was born in Atlanta and raised in Chicago's South Side to Ray West, a former Black Panther, and to Donda West, a English professor. This gave him a middle-class upbringing that taught him the struggles of the everyday man and his peers, while also giving him access to a higher education and a remotely better life. He started showing an affinity for the arts at around the third grade, where he would love to draw, write poems, make music, and sing. But he really took off with music around 15 when he met legendary producer No ID. No ID taught him the ropes, let him experiment with technology that he didn't have, and taught him about many different techniques. One of the biggest techniques is sampling. Sampling is when you take music that has already been made and you kind of take a small piece and you can kind of format it into a different way or remix it up and repurpose it for your own music. Um, there are many ways to do this and many different loopholes you have to jump through. Most of them are legal. But this really brought his passion out. Uh, Kanye attended Chicago's Institute of Art and dropped out around the age of 20 because he saw that the long schedules of school kind of took away from his time as a creative, as an artist, and wanted to pursue that as full-time student. Kanye's incredible discography is just a testament to the success that he has gained with taking a risk that big. Kanye to me has 4 albums in total. Kanye to me has 4 very influential that I believe is the key to his discography, and that would be from The College Dropout to Graduation to Yeezus and to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. The College Dropout, which you can see right on the bottom left side, this this album cover right here was his first breakout album, and it was really a chance for himself to prove himself as a rapper. This album came out around the bling era of rap, which was more of a braggadocious, I'm in your face, I am better than you kind of rap. And he took that and completely flipped it. It was a very introspective album, talking about the everyday struggles of the everyday man, and how he dealt with them and how he does it. Pretty much, he pushed different um, many different ideas in this album and many different messages. As for example, one of them was to believe in yourself and to believe in what you're doing, and that everything will work out as long as you work hard. The second most influential album he has was the Graduation album, which was the end of a trilogy of the educational themed albums, which actually ended up being a lot more like the bling era of rap. But that's also because at this point in his life, he was he was just living it up. He became successful. He living the dream. Became the rapper he wanted to be. Became the superstar, and now he's just amazing. The next album I want to talk about is 808s and Heartbreak. And this album to me is his deepest album because right before this album came out, or even before he started working on it, his mother Donda West, whom he adored, died uh, from a breast surgery. Um, Immediately, well, almost immediately after that, him and his at the time fiance Alexis Pfeiffer split up, and they had a relationship going around for 6 years that really broke him and brought him to a deep place. So if you listen to this album, 808s and Heartbreaks, it's not like anything he's ever produced or made. A lot of people, a lot of his fans at the time when this album came out, was not a big fan just because of how deep it was, how different it was. It was completely sad and it was more sonically than rap, which again at the time a lot of people didn't like. To me, this album holds up till this day and was a little ahead of its time. If you listen to that compared to a lot of albums that come out now, it kind of sounds similar, and that's because of how ahead of the time he was. The techniques he used, the sounds that he incorporated, just the way he made the album was light years ahead of its time. Another great album, an influential album he had was Yeezus. At the time, this album was released around 2011, and it really shocked the world. Kanye's album before that was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is another amazing album, but it was something people were expecting. People were expecting great music from Kanye, but when Yeezus dropped, it flipped the world upside down. At this moment, he was trying to get into the fashion game, but no one took him seriously in the fashion world because they just saw him as an artist. They just saw him as a rapper that, just spends money on clothes and nothing. So he took that hate that he got and, put that into Yeezus. Yeezus was a very angry album, and he lashed out. The music is very bra- brash and abrasive. The beats are very hard hitting, and it's very very angry. He also helped a lot of people start up their careers by just having them on their album. Travis Scott, which till this well recently has become one of the biggest artists in the game, got to start working on the Yeezus album. He helped formulate that sound and perfected it. Twista and Jamie Foxx, they were on some of the older albums, and they really pushed their career to start when one of his hit singles, Gold Digger, and Slow Jams, they were both on, and it just elevated their careers. Kanye's impact. Kanye has had an amazing impact in the world, starting from his music to the influential artists that he helped bring up. For example, Drake, uh, Party Next Door, The Weeknd, everybody. Anybody you could name up, anybody that you can think of has listened to Kanye and has taken something from Kanye. From fashion, the pair of shoes that he's wearing in this picture are the Air Max 90 Independence Days, especially in the red colorway. These shoes sold for around $130 when they released, but once Kanye was snapped with a picture with them on, the price skyrocketed to $600. Myself in high school loved these shoes, and I died to have a pair, but I never ended up getting them. I was not at the time financially stable at all. I still am not, but one can dream. Kanye also has had many people working around him that has made it to above and beyond. The person in this picture is Virgil Abloh, and he at the time was brought in to be Kanye's personal stylist. And well, now he fast forward till now, he has launched many successful clothing brands, including Off White, Pyrex, many more. And now he's the creative director for Louis Vuitton. Talk about making it in the fashion industry, huh? Achievements. Kanye has had many achievements in life. One of the biggest ones as an artist is winning Grammys. His first album, The College Dropout, was nominated for 10 Grammys. That's just his first album. With 21 wins under his belt, I'd say that he has solidified himself as a legend in the music industry. He also had many different achievements outside, including his Yeezy clothing brand that And this picture is showing the listening show for The Life of Pablo, which was one of his later album releases. It also doubled as a fashion show to show off the Easy Season 3. I say the most the biggest achievement is his family with Kim Kardashian West. And at the moment, he has four children. There's only three in this picture because Kim's surrogate has given birth a couple months ago. But now his family is the most important thing to him, and that is not a joke to him. Overall, I just want to show you what Kanye has achieved and how iconic he is. Anything that he touches literally skyrockets in price. Anything his name is put on just becomes legendary. There's clothing brands that barely existed, but because Kanye put them on, they're in the top of their game now. If this isn't a cultural icon, then I don't know what is. Thank you for taking your time out to listen to me speak about this subject, and I hope you guys have a great day.